But I've been enjoying this interview.
Funky Friday.
It's
It ain't got to be fun. It's funky.
It's funky.
It's been funky.
But you can't spell funky without fun.
That's true.
Okay. Moving right along. I also saw a clip where you told your nephew Josh.
Yeah.
It's my dog. Where you told your nephew Josh that women do not want a man who is broke. We recently had our sweetheart Marlo Hampton on from Real Housewives of Atlanta on Funky Friday a few weeks ago. And she basically said, in order to date a woman as a man, you got to pay up.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Funky Friday podcast with Cam Newton, featuring none other than Stephen A. Smith. Now, Stephen A. Smith is going to get into a conversation of the type of woman he likes to date, and he also reveals that he is currently dating. And some of the opinions that he's going to talk about you might not agree with, and some of you might say, oh, well, he's just spouting conservative talking points, or Stephen A. Smith just a misogynist, or if you're somebody like, Umar Johnson, you might say, well, he's just a four-legged, rodent anyway.
Trifling ass black people.
Okay, and please leave your comments in the comment section if you feel that way about Stephen A. Smith before we get into this reaction. But he's going to go on and talk about the type of woman that he wants ultimately in his life. So we're going to get into it, of course. Before we get into the reaction, if you haven't done so already, go down there right now, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, I implore you to please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you want to further contribute to the channel, go down there, swipe on the comment section, hit the join button down below to become a part of the members only union. Hit that hype button. That will boost me in the algorithm as much appreciated. And of course, always hit the Cash App, $ Mr. Norman, because I do this for fun, but I also do it for funds. So let's listen to Stephen A. Smith talk about the type of woman he wants.
The ability to protect personal interests has been a strategy that not a lot of people necessarily know about Stephen Anthony. But the people want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Are you dating?
Of course I am.
Do you spend money on women to gain an advantage?
No.
Okay.
I spent money, A, because I have it. B, because, see, I'm trying to be, it's Funky Friday, but it's not fun, it's serious because my mother was the greatest woman I've ever known, God rest her soul. Mm-hmm. And she was never treated well.
And again, fair use to Cam Newton Funky Friday. And as they always say, you can't spell funky without fun, by the way. Now, of course, Stephen A. Smith has to preface his comments by talking about his mother and things like that. Of course, we have to bring the temperature down a little bit and give context to what he's about to say. And Stephen A. Smith is very good at that. He's going to have a harsh opinion, but he has to contextualize it in, this is how I feel about women to start off. Before I give you the real, I gotta, soften the blow, if you will. Pause. Let's continue.
By my father. My mother was deprived of a lot. And all she ever asked me for is that I would never treat a woman the same way. So the same mentality that I have with my daughters is the same mentality that I've always maintained with any woman. If they hungry, it's because I'm starving. So there's no such thing as me going out on a date with a woman and you paying, we going Dutch. Mm. There's no such thing as, you in my life and you struggling, but I'm thriving. No, you gonna thrive or we gonna struggle together. That's how I roll because I literally see, I can still visualize the tears in my mother's eyes and the hardship that she endured. And I'm just not built like that. The mistake a woman would make, to use the example that you used with the girl that you mentioned, appreciation can never turn into expectation.
Oh, hold up. He talking, wait a minute. Hold on now. Oh boy, that man said expectation. I'm gonna run that back because he said something good. He said expectation or appreciation cannot turn to expectation. Now, again, he softened the blow. He's about to come through with the real here, okay? So he told y'all, no, my mom was treated this way, and I don't want to make sure that my woman doesn't get treated that way. And he's come with the provider mentality. Now he said the only reason that we're going to be struggling is because I'm struggling. That whole, what he say? He said, if you're starving, it's because I'm hungry, or something to that effect, right? If you hungry, it's because I'm starving, right? So he's gonna make sure you good before I'm good. That's what you want out of a provider, right? Now, here comes the expectation of the woman behind his provider mentality. Let's continue.
Me, your days are numbered. Appreciation must never turn into expectations. It's mine to give, not yours to take. The minute you think you entitled, you ain't getting shit. Because you think you entitled. I don't like that. I want you to appreciate. You don't have to give what I give in terms of that level. But what you do have to do is show an appreciation that I'm extending myself to give more than I had to.
Enemy spotted.
Now, this is where some women might get rubbed the wrong way because, see, we all understand that in this culture today that there are a lot of women there. Not all, okay? Say that. But some women feel that this is expected. And so when it's expected, the appreciation usually dwindles down when the entitlement comes in, the expectation, like he said. I'm supposed to get this, right? And also on top of that, well, you got it, so why not give it to me? Expectation, entitlement. These are things that, as Stephen A. Smith just said, you out of here. If you start expecting it, if you come to me with that bad type of energy, then, hey, you can find somebody else. Now, he's not done yet. Let's continue.
Is it difficult to date as Stephen A?
I wouldn't know. I don't worry about it.
What do you look for in a woman?
Intelligence.
Here it comes.
Conversation. Well, let me guess. Let me scratch that. That's 2 and 3 on the list. Sex appeal starts. It starts there. If I'm not interested, I'm not interested. Yeah, it's just that. It's just the truth. We're not.
Now, I'm sorry to pause y'all. Again, the link is in the description box. You can watch this without my commentary interruption, okay? But here's another thing that women have contention with. Well, I have all these degrees, and why you don't love me for my intelligence and what I bring to the table, right? Let's keep it real, ladies and gentlemen. Women, I really don't know what what your first attraction to is, whether it's looks or money or status, whatever the hell that everybody's talking about today. But I can tell you what men are first attracted to. And ladies, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's fucking looks.
Bitch, ain't no way.
Okay?
Ain't no fucking way.
If we see you on first glance and we're not, I would say personally, we're not immediately attracted to you upon seeing you, okay? Nothing else matters after that because we have to be visually satisfied as a man before we're mentally satisfied. Now, you can be upset with that if you want. You can argue with Baby G's down in the comment section. You can argue with Jesus about that. But that's how we are. And so he's putting it out there. You know what? First of all, is physical attraction. If I'm not attracted to you physically, we're wasting our time, right?
Sit here and lie. If I'm not attracted to you, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Okay? I like what I like, and you need to possess those qualities. Otherwise, it's just not going to work.
Sure, you're right.
It's just that simple. Sex appeal. Figure it out. So that conversation, intellect, and domesticated. Because you see, I say that. I'm serious. Somebody needs to say that. We need to stop this shit.
Now, here is where
Enemy spotted.
this is where Stephen A. Smith turns into the
Enemy spotted.
domesticated. Now, women are gonna listen to that. They're gonna be like, domesticated. Well, what are you talking about? I'm not a farm animal. Domesticated.
Nick, you're stupid.
What are you talking about? Yes, sir. But he's gonna break it down.
This assault against masculinity, it's gonna end with this. I don't care. I can cook for myself. I don't want to. I want you to cook. I'll pay for the food. I'll take you out. I'll take you out every week. Yeah. We're doing it. But damn it, listen, my sister Carmen, one of the greatest conservatives. Rashawn can throw down, by the way. He can cook too, right? I'm not him. See, he don't mind. He'll tell the wife, I got you, baby. I got this. Let me cook the chicken. Hell no, that ain't Steven. No. Only thing I'm doing for myself is getting up for some cereal. That's it. I'm not cooking. I don't feel like it. If I have to do that, why do I need you?
But
that's me. I'm just being that. I understand it comes across as chauvinistic, but I just finished saying, I'll take you out. I'll buy the food. I'll take care of whatever you need me to take care of. But damn it, I walk through my crib and you there, I better not smell pine sol. There's a problem. If I'm smelling pine sol, why are you there?
Bitch, ain't no way.
Yeah. Now, Stephen A. Smith is a multi-million-dollar nigga.
Enemy spotted.
Why would he do anything himself? He just said he doesn't want to. He can, if he just said he's a provider, he makes sure everybody's straight before him, hungry, starving, all that stuff, all that fancy talk. The one thing he wants you to do, be domesticated. Cook for a ninja. Make sure the house is clean. Do your job domestically. You ain't got to work. Well, he's going to say that. That's going to, we're getting to that. But, yeah, if I'm taking care of everything, what I need you for to cook, what I need to cook for if you here? Like he said, attack on masculinity. And this, again, we're going to have a problem with this, but let's continue.
Why? My sister has her own family. If my sister knows I'm coming, the minute I walk through the door, I'm smelling food. She knows that. She's my sister. You the woman in my life and I'm smelling pine sol, that ain't gonna last. I assure you that. Go get the brother that don't mind.
Patriarchy.
I hope he can offer you what I'm offering.
Patriarchy.
Because it ain't gonna last. I'm just telling you my flavor.
Yeah.
That's me. Ain't gonna change.
So, does she work?
Yeah.
Steven.
Oh, yes. Why? Because I don't want you home all day long thinking about what I'm doing.
What
Woo! Man. Stephen A. Smith said, you know what? I want you to take all this house stuff, but guess what? You need to get a job because I need you to get you some business.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
I don't need you walking around worried about what I'm doing, calling me, text me when I'm out trying to bring home the bacon. I'm out here trying to work and do my thing as Stephen A. Smith, going out here on ESPN, going out on my podcast, doing interviews. I'm on Funky Friday. I'm going to the games. I'm commentating. I'm doing all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Fulfilling my duties, fulfilling my contractual obligations. You know what I'm saying? Getting all the love and the money and the press and the position. I need you to be out there having you some business, having you a life. That way you ain't got to be trying to call and test me and blow up my spot because I'm trying to do what I need to do out here in these streets. Because my life is still ascending. I'm still going even higher and higher. What Stephen A. Smith said earlier on this show, because we got another segment we got to talk about on my other channel. He said that ESPN's First Take has been the #1 sports show for the last 14 years.
Enemy spotted.
Since I got on the show, the First Take has been the #1, which I don't know if that was during Undisputed, but he said last 14 years, First Take has been the #1 rated sports talk show. I don't disagree with him on that. Well, maybe a couple years in between when Shannon and Skip was on Undisputed, but still. Stephen A. Smith's #1 out there in the business. You need to get you some business, lady.
I need you preoccupied. I need you preoccupied with life. Do you? Listen, man, I don't require much. It doesn't matter. If you in my life, especially now, if you in my life, you're good. You're good. But I'm going to get a hot meal now. I said a hot one. I ain't say no cold.
But
I said a hot one.
fresh.
Minute I walk through the door. I didn't say it even got to be ready. I'm not being like that. I'm just saying I need to smell food.
These are your preferences.
My preferences. My preferences. And mind you, 4 older sisters. 4 older sisters. 3 of them could cook. The one that can't cook can clean her behind off. Got jobs, got careers. My sister's a principal. My other sister was a teacher. My other sister's a doctor. And my other sister was a mediator for the American Arbitration Association. All my sisters are accomplished. 3 of them cooked. And the one that couldn't cook, cleaned, so the other 3 didn't have to, and they cooked for her. That's what we had growing up. My mother sat up there and said like this, you shut up. You don't even know how to take care of yourself, let alone take care of a woman. When you can take care of a woman, then you can talk. So guess what I did? I became successful.
So you can take it.
And when I got successful, what was one of the first things I did? First thing I did, proudest moment of my life, was going to the PAL. My mother had a side job after she retired, and I told her, you ain't never working again. And I saw to that until the day she died, #1. #2, I looked at Mom one day and I said, Mommy, remember when you told me to shut up? That I couldn't say anything because I can't even take care of myself, let alone a woman? I said, well, not only am I taking care of myself, I take care of you.
Let the record show that most men, well, I'm not gonna say most, but there are a lot of men out there that take care of their mothers in their elderly years. I do myself. A lot of men do. Okay, that's the way it is. Okay, your parents take care of you. You take care of your parents in their elderly years. Some kind of either financially, physically, one way or the other. Okay, we all do it in our own way. Okay. Now, I do it in my own way. Put it that way. I'm not going to take credit, but I take care of my mom in my own way. Okay, and so does my other siblings. They do as well. So we end up taking responsibility for our parents. So that way we end up taking leadership of our parents in their elderly years. Okay. So Stephen A. Smith is saying, guess what? I'm now taking care of a woman. I'm taking care of you, Mom. Taking care of you, making decisions because in your early years, maybe you're not making the best decision, or just maybe I'm in the position where I can make better decisions, right? No disrespect. That's how it is.
So obviously, I can take care of a woman. Do I have the license to say something now?
Respectfully.
Very, very simple.
Respectfully.
I will always give more than I get, but I'm going to get. Or else. And I ain't apologizing for that for a damn soul. I better not come home and smell pine sol all the time. You might have days where a day here, there, that happens. I'm not like that. But I better not come home on a regular. If you in my life and I smell pine sol, you won't be there.
Well, I think that about sums it up. I like it. Stephen A. Smith says, I give more than I get, but I'm going to get. I like that. I think I'm going to start using that. Yeah. I'm going to get too. And hopefully all of you working out there that you give more than you get, hopefully you still get too. And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about what Stephen A. Smith had to say. If you think it's proper, or do you think it's chauvinistic and just lifts up the patriarchy? Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell way out of the door, and I will see you on the next video.